It is a pleasure to be here, honorable members of parliament, the Council of Europe representatives, ladies and gentlemen. Just before I begin, I was in Singapore last week, and as you've probably seen from the press, that we did make an announcement, or FNPF did make an announcement with Google to continue the process of actually getting the cables to Fiji, allowing FNPF to look at investing in the cables with Google and the data center, which obviously has big benefits for our people through their membership of the fund. But more importantly, this development of a situation where Fiji will well and truly embed itself as the tech hub of the Pacific and the ICT hub of the Pacific. And lo and behold, even when I was in discussion with Google, the discussions around Fiji will now be blessed, or the Pacific will be blessed with a lot of access, very good access, internet speeds that only rival the first world countries in the world, which will attract us as a destination for ICT industry. But at the same time, it does create vulnerabilities, particularly in the cybersecurity space. And so this briefing, if you like, or discussion on the Convention on Cybercrime and cybersecurity matters is quite timely, given where Fiji is headed, hopefully over the next few years, in terms of developing its own ICT ambitions and aspirations. With rapid advances in technology and the rapid uptake of digital technologies by our people and businesses, we have obviously seen the increased digital transformation and innovation across numerous sectors and have lowered the barriers to accessing information and digital services as well. Let me give one example of new emerging technologies and the frontier technologies, such as artificial intelligence, that has the potential to bring us back on track regarding the fulfillment of our SDGs. Potential benefits such as addressing poverty alleviation, climate action, increasing crop yields, medical breakthroughs, clean energy, and providing seamless, transparent, and inclusive government services are the capabilities that artificial intelligence will bring. I had a look at a piece of software just a few weeks ago, where the whole evaluation of a visa application was done through artificial intelligence, which I found quite remarkable. But that is the new world we are faced with. We are also seeing an increase in cyber threats. This is not unique to Fiji or the region. It is a global crisis. Therefore, to combat cybercrime, we have an enduring partner in the Council of Europe. And this is why we are here today. Together with this as a country, we have focused on putting in layers of cybersecurity resilience that will ensure that whilst we harness these new technologies, we do it with adequate protection. And the legislature, of course, will play a pivotal role in ensuring a safe, secure, enabling cybersecurity landscape. As a nation, our efforts have been multi-pronged in a number of ways, and I share 4 ways here. Firstly, as a legislature, the Cybercrime Act of 2021 was passed and enacted. This robust adaptive law was a key outcome of our partnership with the Council of Europe as we prepared to take the necessary accession steps. Through this law, we empower our law enforcement to effectively investigate cybercrimes, given its transboundary nature, and to empower our prosecution agencies. Secondly, as a legislature, we approved Fiji's accession to the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime a couple of weeks ago, which is the only international instrument on which cybercrime and electronic transmissions now rest. This is a significant milestone, and the ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Office of the Attorney General for the depositing of our accession documents or instruments to the Secretary General to the Council of Europe. I am hoping that we will have this completed by the end of the month. Thirdly, the designation of our 24/7 network point of contact is a key obligation for state parties to the Budapest Convention. As communicated in my last ministerial statement to Parliament, the Fiji Police Force and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution are the 24/7 network contact points for Fiji. This will allow for prompt contact with their counterparts for assistance and support where data and electronic evidence is stored in servers outside of Fiji. This will boost the local capabilities to respond to new and emerging threats that we see with the malicious use of artificial intelligence and malware and ransomware, just to name a few. Fourthly, the ministry has been working closely with relevant agencies and ministries to properly match their priorities and needs to the resourcing and development partners such as the Council of Europe. For example, the police force, through our engagement with the Council of Europe, convened its first responders training on electronic evidence earlier this year. Later this week, the Council of Europe will also be supporting our Office of Public Prosecutions in the convening of a national conference on prosecutors on cybercrime. We are also commencing data protection discussions with the Council of Europe and other partners. This is another layer. In this respect, we are developing our national digital strategy, which will have cybersecurity and data protection as key pillars. We are partnering with the International Telecommunications Union, or ITU, which is the specialist UN body which deals with ICT. We are also working on building expertise for our workforce to combat sophisticated cyber threats, putting in place strategies and policy frameworks, and establishing our national computer emergency response teams. This is part of the Cyber Security Cooperation Memorandum of Understanding that we have signed with the Government of Australia, and also our engagement through the Government of New Zealand, through NZ-CERT, and also the UK government. All in all, we are taking the necessary steps in the right direction as a society. We must adopt cyber hygiene practices to ensure we are not making it easier for these cyber criminals to thrive. That is why not using the same passwords across our various accounts, activating multi-factor authentication on our devices, and not clicking on suspicious email links are some of the key things we need to advocate for. I believe we need to advocate these simple cyber hygiene practices to our people and our communities. In closing, I am pleased to share that this will be the first of many such tailored engagements for the legislature with the expert partner agencies such as the Council of Europe, where we can explore these new and emerging areas. I am looking forward to the session today, which will give insights into the Budapest Convention and how this links with the efforts that we are undertaking in the region and in our beloved country. I wish you well in your session today and happy to progress discussions on particular areas of interest that can be facilitated in the future, of course, on a bipartisan basis. I would also like to leave you with the assurance that Fiji is methodically adopting standards, policies, and regulations that matches global best practice. This is being done so that we can trade, cooperate, and compete with the best. I have just returned from the signing of the IPEF Clean Economy, Fair Economy, and the overarching IPEF agreements in Singapore. This adds to the IPEF Resilient Supply Chain Pillar, which was approved by Parliament and signed last year. We have ratified all of these 4 agreements. This puts us into a league of leading nations that will herald immense opportunity for Fiji and its people, which is what we are already realizing in investors such as Google. Our accession to the Budapest Convention is part of this wider vision or greater strategy. With those few words, it's an honor to be here to address you all, and wish you well in your deliberations today. Manoa, God bless.